Over 20,300 people, 9 don't die so far from a Fulani Headsmen attack for inside Southeast. Just so you wait for it. It's not just that. Over 20,300 people, 9 Fulani Headsmen don't kill for inside Southeast. 19,000 churches, 3,000 schools, 9 they don't destroy so far. And this, like a report according to Inter-Society organization. Moving on to other conversation. Now, a particular man where in name now Dr. Adetokunbo Pierce, he don't come at contact say he no go ever fit work with Tinubu because Tinubu are the most corrupt and person where be say get the worst character when you ever know. I don't know as he use put am sha. I go tell he say that the person where be say now the person where work as in say in character too bad. Say not be the kind of person when you go feel work with. You're calling a sitting president most corrupt, most bad character person you go feel work with. Wow, a sitting president. Then to not top icing to the cake, as they talk to you, one particular doctor, Dr. Boju, don't come out, come talk, say, hey, say Nigerians, they just program on a money they like on a country because waiting be the thing one I think say on a people for abroad they benefit, on a need they benefit. On a country they do so much for now. On a country they help on a pay school fees for free. Waiting medical doctors go spend thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to use go school on a they go school with less than 100,000 naira for inside Nigeria. And yet, on a they say on a country need to do anything for now. Now, on a no they fit appreciate on a country. People say, wow. So water, light, everything will be say other countries they do for them. Those things don't follow. Amenities. At the other countries they die because of lack of healthcare. Even though say healthcare they expensive for those other countries them. But then go waste life. Hospitals go watch people die because of say they never pay money for healthcare. Well, plenty things they will go talk about that because Nigerians react to that conversation. Then we go to other conversation. As Reverend Father earlier, the Benue State governor, don't finally cry out now. They say, come to our help. Oh, Lagos State, Benue State is now under siege. The attack don't too much. Please come to our help. I seen the talk. People for inside Katsina local government area for Benue State don't pursue and they go, ooh, go, go, go. We don't want you. We don't need your help. I get video evidence to you showing that matter. As we still they complain about attacks and things that happen for Nigeria. We have the bandits don't impose 60 million naira levy on 12 Zamfara communities. 12 communities, not be local government too. 12 communities go pay 60 million naira levy. Wow. Just wow. Moving on to other issues. Good news for Nigerians who are in the diaspora. As the APC chairman, Omar Ganduje, don't come out and say, make we tell Lord Abdullahi Ganduje rather. Say, make I tell on say, National Assembly, they work very hard to make sure say they enable diaspora Nigerians to vote. So diaspora voting is go soon day. So make on a cool temper on go get them very soon. Concerning River State emergency rule, lawyers don't ask ECOWAS court to sanction Tinubu and National Assembly. Because if they want make democracy day, say they're supposed to sanction Tinubu and National Assembly if democracy get today. Wike, now they cause the crisis for inside PDP. As a matter of fact, this particular PDP chairman don't talk, say, Wike, the APC spy and stooge for inside PDP. Nigerians, you're welcome. This is Updated Pressures, and it's always a pleasure to be with you and bring on all the matter then what they happen for inside Nigeria. So use tutorial and make on know so that I go dey informed about things where they happen for inside on our country. Joining me for inside the studio this evening, now Prince Francis Chilaka. Other guests, we're gonna hold on first. We'll finish with Prince Francis. So Prince Francis Chilaka, they join me for inside the studio. Prince Francis, thank you so much as you join me this evening. I appreciate you. You don't put your phone for landscape. You don't help me put your phone for landscape. Put them for landscape. I beg. You hear? No vex, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Mm. Okay. He said, Precious, there was something you were going to complain about me. I did not hear you complain finish. Eh?
Are you okay?
I am very okay, sir. Yeah, this is fine.
And you enjoyed your sit at home. You know, the whole country did a sit at home today.
Okay, Monday sit at home. No, it's a public holiday. So it's not sit at home. It's a public holiday. So how was your public holiday? Abi, how's the public holiday? Maybe how's your sit at home?
We did not sit at home, but we did here. Thank God.
Okay, all right. Well done. Okay, so make we enter the matter them way they happen for inside Nigeria one by one. I don't even know where we want to start from, sir, because the matter them too plenty. I don't know whether you hear this interview where one man hold in name that Dr. Adetokunbo Pierce, and he hold the interview earlier today for Inside Arise Television, where he be say he dey lambast and insult Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president. Say the president na the most corrupt and the most anyhow person wey be say go fit work with. Why did they try analyze the things then wey be say don't happen for inside their party? Will be PDP. Now, a lot of people they raise complaint about that because people they talk say, how can you speak this way about a country where you be say a governor? I'm sorry, a sitting president of a country.
My
Make we
own
hear am
friends
when he
are
talk am,
calling
so that
me
go let you
traitor now.
react to the
People are
conversation.
calling me, they're sending me messages. She said, Tokes, why don't you want this merger? I think you're already working for Tinubu now. Can you imagine? Now I find out the reason they're saying that.
Are you working for the president?
I am working for the PDP, obviously. I know the president very well, and it's a man of ill repute. I can never work for him. He doesn't deserve it. Nigeria doesn't deserve a terrible president like this, and God forbid that I should be found with a man like that. Now, you see, the reason why they're asking...
Okay. Prince Francis Chilaka, did you hear that part? Did you hear what he said? That the
It blew my
president
mind.
is a man of ill repute, and he no go fit ever work with somebody like that. A man that is a reputable person when no get reputation, person when no get character, when no get better character. Say God forbid that he would ever work with someone like that. That was while he was analyzing what's happened. I've been waiting to go on with the PDP.
My own friends
inside
are calling me traitor now.
again.
People are calling me, they're sending me messages. She said, Tokes, why don't you want this merger? I think you're already working for Tinubu now. Can you imagine? Now I find out the reason they're saying that...
Are you working for the president?
I am working for the PDP, obviously. I know the president very well, and it's a man of ill repute. I can never work for him. He doesn't deserve it. Nigeria doesn't deserve a terrible president like this, and God forbid that I should be found with a man like that. Now, you see, the reason why they're asking me, and I find out, is that they are members of the Labour Party. They want me to come to the Labour Party to join them, and they want PDP to come into the Labour. Say, look, if you want to work for me and the Labour Party, please go ahead. Let me do what I can for the PDP. When we go to election, we shall see who Nigerians want. That's all.
Atiku doesn't think that PDP can face APC as it is as right now. I mean, we can call it selfish.
I know. That's what Atiku thinks. Mm-hmm. Atiku has been wrong many times before. And he's wrong again.
But you were part of the presidential committee of 2023, and Atiku was your candidate.
Yes. Let me tell you something. And at the appropriate time, if it comes to it, I will reveal as much as I should. For now, let me just say that Atiku was in PDP in 2015. He left PDP in 2015, came back in 2017. He was welcome. I was one of the people that worked with him to get a nomination, to get a ticket for 2019. But he ran that election, he lost. His attitude to the party is part of the reason why he's having problems now. I supported him mainly, primarily because he promised to restructure Nigeria. And I believe, even now, if Makini wants to run for president, the first thing I told him is, if you are interested in restructuring Nigeria, let me understand that you know what we're talking about. Nigeria will never settle unless we reorganize the way the system works. It's too centralized. It's a military system we're running. We have to run a truly democratic system whereby each region, just like in the US, each state has control over so many things. Mm-hmm. You don't overload the center. President is just too powerful. Everything is from Abuja. So once you agree to do that, that's the reason I supported Atiku. Now, Atiku has, he ran in 2023. He lost in 2023. If he wants to run again in 2027, he should come and say so within the party. I suspect that his feeling is that he cannot get the ticket in 2027. There's a lot of opposition to him now in the party. People are saying enough is enough. Yes. That's what they're saying. Therefore, he going to form a merger is looking for another platform I cannot be part of that. I said to him, stay in the party. Don't be running from here. You ran from PDP, you ran to APCN, you ran from ACN, you came back to PDP. You want to run away from PDP again?
All right, so Prince Francis Chilaka, let's begin to face this one at a time. Would you like to react first to his first statement about President Bola Tinubu being a man of disrepute or irrepute, as he stated it? That is, say our president no gets reputation. That's what he's trying to say. Say President Bola Tinubu a man we no get reputation and saying no if you work for him. Then when you finish that part, so then begin to go to waiting and talk about restructuring. See Nigeria no go fit progress if Nigeria no be restructured. But let me let you react to what he said about the president's character. Is that not too much for him to talk about addressing the character of the president that way?
What I figured he said in layman's language, because you are speaking too much grammar. But let the ordinary Nigerians understand what he said so that they can hold on to it in case tomorrow. Because a lot of people have come out to abuse this president, say all manner of things. But today we see them as special advisors to the president.
And spokespersons to the president.
And spokespersons. So, but what he said, it touched me in such... I have always said in Nigeria, we need men and women of honor and proven integrity. But he has changed that mindset this night. From what he has just said, he has made me to now understand that in the midst of that saying, men of honor and proven integrity, that we also have some men without honor and proven integrity.
Okay.
So he has said to you that in the midst of good people, you still have one Judas. In the midst of Fulani Headsmen, you still have one that is worse than all of them put together. In the midst of kidnappers or gangsters or mafia lord, you still have one that is the Baba. So what he's saying is that your president is the Baba of all of them.
Is that a fair thing to say to a sitting president? And
this
one will further ruin the image of the country. What they talk about saying with the manager.
What image do your country have? When people talk of Nigeria image, I've always maintained that it is the political class and our leaders that are demarketing this country. Precious, how do you think people are looking at Nigeria today internationally? You think people are clapping their hands for Nigerian? No. What they are doing internationally is that they are clapping their hands for individuals that are Nigerians, that have excelled, that have character, that have integrity. That is what they're doing. But they're not clapping for people to say Nigeria is a good country. No. They're not doing that. Now let me take our minds back. Do you think that with what played out during the process of the going into the elections, the back and forth that played out between Atiku and Bola Tinubu?
What were those back and forths?
Good. First of all, the question of who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Okay.
What schools did he attend? Who are his classmates? And you remember at a point in time when they said your president was your former president, Babangida, was using a NEPA bill as certificate.
No, now people tell and say even if you don't get certificates, when you give them NEPA bill, say they want
that. Then, first of all, to tell them I had certificate, he assembled about 100 sons. Then after that, immediately he got sworn in. He assembled his so-called classmates.
They can't snap picture together.
They can't snap picture. Nigeria is a comedy. As the snap picture finish, did you hear about those classmates again?
But does that stop the fact? Okay.
So now let us bring it to your current president.
Okay.
When this issue of Chicago, this issue of drug, money for drug and all of that came up. And when they now said, oh, they want the court to release report on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you and I knew what played out. Even when the Supreme Court was sitting on it, his lawyer said that the release of information on the president of Nigeria will affect,
would cause him severe irreparable damage.
So what is that?
So is that enough?
No,
Oga Francis, Prince, we're talking about somebody on national television talking about calling the president of the city, not former president, sitting president of your country, a man of ill repute, a man where no get character, calling a sitting president a man of ill repute. That is exactly what we're talking about. Somebody on national television calling the sitting president of our country.
He told you that he knows the pressures.
Saying now, a man when no get reputation, when no get better character. That is now anyhow, man. Is it a good thing to say about your president at a time when Nigeria is suffer? Who's supposed to be pamper our image? That's the question. Now, see what somebody dropped here. Somebody said that living in Nigeria is one of being a Nigerian in the diaspora is one of the hardest things to do because of our government. You understand? That's exactly what the point is. Because this kind of things, you know, could cause more harm and danger to both Nigerians in the diaspora and Nigerians who won't travel because of this kind of perception about our president.
See, already, let me tell you, already today I took the fact that I was getting better, and I spent almost 5 hours talking to all my friends from the US to the UK and all of that. And there was one thing they all kept saying, that there is shame, that at their workplaces, they are feeling ashamed of themselves. So you can imagine how painful it is that your colleagues in the office will be telling you, have you checked your Nigerian news today? Do you know how many people were killed and slaughtered by the terrorists? Well, the cattle railers. Is that something to say? Is that what you and I should be proud of? So there's a big problem. And the problem is that our leaders must begin to take steps to redeem our image abroad. And they need to do it urgently. They need to do it. You know the despicable things that were said by some of the people the president has engaged today as his spokesman. You know the kind of things they said about the president.
Okay.
So why is the president drawing them close? Is it like saying, draw your enemies closer? Is that what Mr. President is doing?
Okay. All right. Okay. I think the network has just booted you out again. Sorry, Prince Francis. Apologies. Can you hear me? Please go ahead, sir.
I can hear you. So if during campaigns somebody has the temerity to say unpleasant things about a presidential candidate, and then you become a president, you now take the person as your spokesperson, then something there is a problem. It's either what you're doing, either you're doing it to ensure the person will stop talking, or you're doing it ignorantly. But I know my president, I know your president. There is no step your president takes that he does not account for. So, I mean, the man has a right to say what he has said. So, I know by tomorrow or so, those presidential spokesmen and the presidential soldiers in the social media, they will give responses.
And the MAGA dogs. And the MAGA dogs will respond to him appropriately. All right, so let's quickly go to, since we're talking politics now, to what's happening in. Okay, so let's even attend to what he said about a decentralization of power. Remember, Atiku said that he's going to ensure that he does that. Do you believe that that's what Nigeria needs to move forward? Because everybody don't talk, say, he said too much power there for inside center. President, in fact, remember, Jonathan talking was say, if he use half of the power when he gets, say people go take same be dictator. So you think, say, Nigerian president get too much power, and one way when Nigeria go fit move forward, now to scatter those powers, them give them more to the states, them, so that everything go do okay. And then if you give too much power to the states, them too, it's said they no go overuse them, just like they see the way governors they behave. Also, we saw what Wike did while he was governor. So, what do you think?
Okay. For me, I've always said, and I'll say it till tomorrow. Even if you point a gun on my head, I will tell you that 1999 document you call your constitution is a fraud. That document is the bane of our problem as a nation. That document is, I think, is Decree 24 that was hurriedly put together by Abu Salam. Bubaka. So we need to change that document. That document does not reflect the reality of today. And that is why you see your senators cross-carpeting. If you have a constitution that stops you from being a senator the moment you cross-carpet, I am telling you, you have a formidable Senate. You will have a formidable Senate and House of Reps, but you won't have it. Because if I cross-carpet from APC to PDP and I still remain a senator, the reason why I'm cross-carpeting is because of the largesse. I see that people from APC are not benefiting from PDP. And that's a big problem. That's the first flaw. So we need to, you don't solve a problem if you don't know, if you don't solve the problem, you don't get a solution if you don't know the cause of the problem. And it's not like your political class, they don't know. They know. So we've been talking about electoral reform. We've been begging INEC, stop putting the picture of parties, the logo of parties. Put the faces of the individuals that are contested.
Why can't we even have independent candidates? Why can't we have it?
So now you have a Senate that has spent the whole of last month quarreling over their rule book, whether it is superior to the Constitution, quarreling over whether Natasha should be, she should be removed completely as a senator or suspended for 6 months. Quarreling over whether her alleged accusation of being harassed sexually by the Senate president is proper to be investigated or not. That is what they spent the whole of last month doing, or the whole of April. At the end of this month, they will collect their homunculus salary and other benefits. And they'll smile to the bank. They have not sat down to talk about the killings going on in the country. They have not seen the need to ask themselves questions as senators. Why do we budget money to rehabilitate and reintegrate headsmen, bandits? They're not asking themselves those questions. They're not sitting down to ask themselves, what can we do as senators to ensure that the naira comes up and exchanges with the dollar at even if it is 500 naira to $1. They're not even bothered to say, what do we do to bring down to bring down the price of petrol, the pump price of petrol, to about 200 or 300 naira. So tell me, what are they doing? At the end of the day, it is the same political class that are demarketing this country. So the man is right with what he said. We need to restructure this country. We need to give back this country to the Nigerian people. Sovereignty belongs to the people. If you give back sovereignty to the people, and you not come to ask them in good faith to give you that sovereignty, you will think twice. Because you know that the process of recall will not be back and forth. It will be straightforward.
All right. So
when those elected into office understand the fact that those who elected me do not need to break bottle, they do not need to cry, they do not need to sweat to recall me back, that person that has been voted into power will behave well.
Go sit down well. Whoa, they go sit down well. All right. I know that this may be an old news to you, but let's just have it again. One Robinson Yelwa will be the acting chairman of the People's Democratic Party, factional. Don't slam Nyesom Wike, former governor of the state. Bottom line, he talks say Nyesom Wike na his twitch and a spy sent by APC to destabilize PDP. Would you like to react to that? I don't want to say more, but he said a lot of other things.
The actions of Wike running up to the elections when he formed the 5G governors, it was obvious that there was a hidden agenda. It was very, very obvious. So there's nothing anybody can say. The only problem I have with PDP is the fact that I don't understand why, as a political party, they have not been able to dismiss him from the party. And I can tell you one reason why they have not been able to do that. It's because Wike is the financier of PDP escorts.
And none of the other governors are willing to fund or finance PDP. Because if they take up the responsibility to finance PDP, maybe they're not going to depend on Wike to do everything for them. So none of the other governors, they're willing to take over financing PDP. Is that what we're saying? Oh, wow. Interesting. And then how will we remain like this without a formidable opposition? Prince Francis, sir, go ahead.
Well, you know, the thing is, power is transient. See, power is like life. You have it now, you may not have it tomorrow. Shebina, our pontiff, Pope Francis just crying like that.
Okay.
The moment they bury him, the church must elect a new pope.
Absolutely, immediately.
Life does not abhor vacuum. And that is what a lot of people need to understand. No matter how strong you think you are, no matter the group you think you belong to, you see this 6 feet, you must go down one day. So for me, I still believe that, I will tell people this, it's not about God, 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 God. You start the work. And then you do like, you draw what you want to do. You take that drawing to God, you say, Father, this is what I intend to do. Is there any part of this diagram or this drawing you think I should amend? And you leave it on the altar of God. Not on the foot of a pastor or your GO. All you need your GO and your pastor is guidance. But let it be that you are the one presenting it to God. God will give you direction. And then when he finishes giving you that direction, you go to the next level. The unfortunate thing is that in Nigeria, we pray too much. We spend so much time praying. We spend so much time going to the mountains. We spend so much time fasting. But we do not spend time listening to God. Individually, we do not. And that is why this. So things would work. And the day it will work, you yourself will be shocked. After all, your is it not Yakubu Gowon that has been doing prayer up and down, Abi?
Oh dear.
And there I can see you, don't worry. I said Yakubu, General Yakubu Gowon has been the one doing prayer everywhere. Where is he from? Is it not from Plateau State? With all the prayer he has been leading, those, like somebody called them idiots, headsmen, are they not killing and decimating the people in that state? Does it mean that they have not been praying or they have not prayed enough? That is on one side. On the other hand, you have the man that foisted a document that has not helped this country to move forward, and he called it Constitution. Abu Salam. Now he has kept quiet. The country is boiling. People are being killed, maimed, chased away for their ancestral homes. He's keeping quiet. By 2027, he will come out and say, come and sign a peace accord. That is nothing but peace of the graveyard. We keep signing peace of the graveyard and we think we are signing a peace accord.
Okay, so let's talking about funding. You know, you had mentioned funding and how Wiki was funding the party. Now, something don't happen again for River State. I think this is the second group that is taking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ECOWAS courts. This time around, did they ask him, may they not just sanction, make ECOWAS courts not just sanction President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, may they also sanction our National Assembly for removing democracy for inside River State. So the Nigerian legislative lawyers, under the aegis of the Association of Legislative Drafting and Advocacy Practitioners, they have asked the Community Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Court, to impose sanctions on president on person where they fund them, because in Nigeria they always fund the most fund person where they fund ECO, or people where they fund ECOWAS the most. So may they impose sanction on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the declaration of state of emergency and the one where BC put sole administrator for inside River State. The lawyers are also seeking imposition of sanctions on the leadership of the National Assembly. So may they sanction the leadership of National Assembly. That is both what did they call them? The House of Rep Speaker and the Senate President over the role they played in the ratification of the emergency rule in the oil-rich state, River State. That is the role where they play by making sure say they accept what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu do, where they know say they unconstitutional. Now the lawyers are also it was reported that in a nationwide broadcast, I think on the 18th of March 2025, they declared, the state of emergency was declared. Yeah. So according to this report, this group, in a letter within dates, I think 17th of March, that was on Friday, 17th of April 2025, they had given Tinubu 7 days to disclose provisions of the state of emergency proclamation in River State, which empowered the sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibokete Ekwaebas, to appoint sole administrators for local government areas. That is, say make President Bola Ahmed Tinubu within 7 days, come explain to them. Make he show them the power where he give the sole administrator. Where go make the sole administrator, where he be say in powers no dey constitutional, to come also appoint local government administrators where their work too no dey constitutional. Say make he show them the document where that thing from come. Make it make sure say within 7 days he provide them, or else say they'll carry and go court. Now the lawyers threatened to take legal actions against president if he failed to hit the demand. The lawyers are demanding the reversal of the emergency rule declaration. I don't know where they since, where this in don't day 1 month. Where did they since? They're demanding the reversal of the emergency rule declaration that are now asking the ECOWAS court to impose sanctions on Tinubu and other relevant Nigerian officials over the suspension of democratic governance in Rivers State. Because say what happened for Rivers State now, say they end democracy for Rivers State amongst all the states for Nigeria. Where be say they go through difficult times. Say now River State they handpick to end democracy, impose a military administrator, sack the governor. Now, defendants in the suit are Tinubu and heads of government of the various ECOWAS member countries. So not only Tinubu, now be the defendants. You don't understand, President Chilaka. That is all the ECOWAS countries, their presidents, the defendants. So maybe they can't defend themselves. How they will use answer this case. Now, President of the Nigerian Senate also be defendant, Speaker of the House of Representatives and defendant, as well as Chairman House of Representative Committee on Oversight of River State, and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. Say all these ones them are defendants for the case. Make them consider and come ask themselves for inside ECOWAS court. Which rule, which law, under which constitution, which part of our constitution where they use first of all swear in Abbas? Because no part where they will show say if we swear in a military administrator for any state for inside our constitution. So make them come show them that one. Two, make them show the power where they give them and which part of the constitution give them power to give the administrator that kind of power. Now, the court document explained that the suit, among other objectives, is aimed at providing the ECOWAS Court of Justice with information and expert perspective on the critical legal and governance issues arising from the declaration of state of emergency within a member state, specifically focusing on the role and responsibilities of legislative bodies, including the National Assembly, and in overseeing such declaration and the actions taken thereunder. This group now, what they call ALDRAP, I don't tell you their full meaning initially, in the suit stress that the actions taken by Tinubu in imposing emergency rule in River State violated ECOWAS regulations. And they come on, quoting part of the suit in the file, they say the subsequent actions of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the imposition of a hand-picked military administrator raise serious concerns and in the plaintiff's considered view, clearly contravenes Article 1 of the Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance, supplementary to the protocol relating to the mechanism for conflict prevention, management, resolution, and peacekeeping, and also security, 2000. Quoting further, the excerpt says, given the unequivocal violation of these core principles, particularly the zero tolerance for constitutional change of government. Say, in no even endure self, just immediately in change government. The plaintiff hereby calls upon the relevant authority to exercise its powers under Article 45 of the aforementioned protocol and the supplementary act on sanctions against member states that fail to honor their obligations to ECOWAS Act to he quotes the act of ECOWAS to impose appropriate sanctions on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, members of the legislature, and the Nigerian government. Parts of the lawsuit. That's what you carry read. Now, the demand for sanctions on Nigerian authorities is the chief prayer sought by this group in the suit, which is yet to be assigned for hearing. So far, they never assigned anybody for inside the ECOWAS court to hear the case first. But this group, they've also written the authority of heads of state and government, the highest organ of ECOWAS, to demand sanctions on Tinubu over the Rivers emergency rule. In the letter addressed to the authority of heads of state and government, signed by its lawyer Kenneth Amadi, and dated 30th March 2020. I don't see this letter because that time I talk about them. He been date this like that. For that letter, they say make them punish Tinubu, say as the president of Nigeria and the head of ECOWAS, say he's supposed to protect democracy, not be to kill democracy. In fact, in that letter, they argued that ECOWAS has no justification for not imposing sanctions on the Nigerian government after punishing Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic for what it described as similar offenses. So you punish Mali, you punish Burkina Faso, you punish other states because of say waiting, then say they don't want to do democracy again. But here on a day, on our own chairman using democracy for a state and on no one punish am. So say if una know say that punishment wanna give Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they proper, no gonna make sure so on put that same punishment on top of your head now. The letter even reads in part. It says a manifest sign of the danger of democratic backsliding in ECOWAS. What is good for Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali should also be good for Nigeria. That is what is good for the Guse is good for the Gande. Okay, now moving forward, the letter reads, it further reads, urgent need for intervention of the authority of heads of state, ECOWAS Parliament, and the ECOWAS Commission by imposition of sanctions upon the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for declaration of state of emergency upon 6 million citizens of River State, and imposition of military rule thereof in violation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They said in the letter that it warned that failure by ECOWAS to sanction Tinubu would prove that the organization is unjust and may also result to further weakening of democratic governance in West Africa. Say if they fail to sanction Tinubu, it go show say the organization they unjust. That is they play pasha and say it thing go make democracy weak more for West Africa. Make I read the excerpt. If for no other reasons, for the sake of showing the world that ECOWAS is not what the three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic, that recently exited has said it is. So even if they no feel punish them for any other reason for this world, make them punish them just to show, say, to prove, say, ECOWAS no be waiting Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger talk, say, ECOWAS be. So make them do it for that. Say, an institution that adopts double standard and oppress the weak. The Nigerian president, as the chair of the authority who preside, who's president authority, who president over the sanctions imposed on Niger for unconstitutional change of government, should not be allowed to do the same without consequences. If this is allowed to happen, we greatly fear that it would be insensitive. It will incentivize wider democratic backsliding in the region, the letter further reads. Faulting the reasons given by Tinubu for imposing the emergency rule, the letter added, it is important to state that the records, for the records, that the president must either have been misled or decided to mislead the nation and the entire world by the reasons he gave for the declaration of state of emergency. The president understands that the so-called crisis in River State has never existed beyond a fight between two individuals, the governor and the immediate past governor, who is a close ally of president and whose side the president has not just since taken, but for those benefits, or for whose benefit rather the president has acted upon. Ha! Prince Francis Chilaka. If na continent where they serious, how serious they would take this issue of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for inside ECOWAS right now? Not just ECOWAS chairs.
Let me start by asking the first question. These lawyers, you say they are from where? Where they gather from?
River State and other states.
Are they normal?
Why would they not be normal, sir?
Are they normal?
Oh, sir, please.
Since the setting up of this ECOWAS, and since people have been running to ECOWAS, please mention one judgment of ECOWAS that has been implemented.
So most times they give them judgment, but they need to implement them.
So one now. Oh, they are forgetting the man who pays the piper dictates the tone.
Then that means
calm down.
You know, so this time around they involve waiting they happen for other ECOWAS countries where they
calm down. Waiting they happen for other ECOWAS country. Then they see the rigging of elections across ECOWAS country. Now the same presidents sit down, until they don't do them. So you can't look a whole Bola Ahmed Tinubu be chairman of ECOWAS. You can't say based on judges from ECOWAS court, come sit down, come look at for eye. Meanwhile, the man they look for eye, now they pay them salary. Now they fund them. You can't make them pass judgment for a head. The thing your Supreme Court could not do. Now ECOWAS won't do them. Have you forgotten the saying that charity begins at home? If your Supreme Court could not do anything, don't forget, we have just been informed, thank God to Fulani, that Wike is a live member of bench, what do they call them? Benchers, Abi? Good.
Body of benchers.
And I took time again to reread Fulani again. I read it more than 4 times today. And he said that Wike is the first lawyer to be made a life member that has never gone to court.
He has
never won any case.
Never go anyone before.
So what did he do?
Not even one. That is never any case by himself.
So what is that special thing that gave him that privilege to be made a member of the body of benchers? And from what Fulani said, it is the benchers, the members of this body of benchers, that have a say or a mouth or a hand to what the Supreme Court judges can do and undo. So anybody don't know where,
Now what you make them talk, say somebody there get Supreme Court for a hand.
So anybody don't know where rain beat up, where rain start to beat up, may go check himself well. So as far as I'm concerned, that is no news. They just want to write letter. Make it say they don't write. The only thing they would have done that will make sense, as they plenty like that, instead of going to ECOWAS, may they go meet the likes of Daddy Gio of Redeem, Tunde Bakari, Sani. Go meet all of them. May they carry them, go Port Harcourt, go organize 21 days protest. And the protest they go protest.
So you're saying that
the protest when they go protest, they go make sure say by the time they want start the protest, say the military administrator don't come out from government house, go to official work. So make them block the entrance and exit. So that I know if you enter, nobody will come out. Then they go sit down there to do their protest.
All right, so let's get into other issues, because we hear say bandits don't impose 60 million levy for his Zamfara community. And as I speak to you, Benue State governor don't finally come the cry, say, "Malcona help, oh, Benue is under siege." And then a particular community, Casina, a lot of people don't boo him. So go, we don't need you. I'll show you footages. And then we hear say total so far, Headsmen attacks don't cost 20,300 deaths for inside Southeast. 19 buildings, 19 churches, 9 they don't burn. Sorry, 19,000 churches, 9 they don't burn. And 3,000 schools, 9 they don't destroy so far. Now, let's get into this just one by one. So first of all, make we enter inside Reverend Father earlier on. As Governor Hayin earlier don't declare the Benue State is currently under siege by armed headsmen. Now, this came just as the death toll of the Holy Thursday and Good Friday attacks in Ukum and local government areas of the state don't reach other 72 people. Now, death toll don't reach 72 people. It don't they pursue the one will happen for Plateau State. How? Now, wow, if you remember, say armed headsmen inside motorbike, night and day being stormed into local government in coordinated attacks, killing, maiming, and razing homes. Now, the attack for the two communities come a few days after similar attacks from inside Ikobi, Asatu, Otobiakpa, Emichi, and some other local government area, for Tukbo local government area of the state. We claim about 30 lives. That one day different from this 72. And many people now sustain injury. Now, the Benue State governor don't decry now. They urge the federal government to step into the situation and end the activities of the killer headsmen. That the state is under siege. In fact, quoting him, he says, "We are under siege as a state. We are under attack, and those who are attacking us must have a face, their face, must have a name, must have an aim, and must have a drive. They come, they drag people out, they kill to occupy. This is extremely unacceptable." So he knows they kill to occupy. Barely 3 weeks ago, we had attack on Otukpo Benue South District. 13 dead bodies were recovered from the attack. No, but at reports saying at 39 died. This is a siege. Barely 1.5 months ago, we did not have it easy to repel the terrorists in Kwande axis. He don't complain a lot. Meanwhile, he go to pay a visit to one of the communities where we say get this attack for Castinala. This now waiting the people of that community get to do. They even run protests and carry leaves everything. This nation. Now that's the governor's convoy. What did they say? Go, go, go. We don't need you. Go, go, go. We don't need you. Go. We don't need you. Go. Because when we need you, you know, show for us. So go. We don't need you. Now the governor don't they cry out. How you see this reaction?
You know, I think suddenly, you know, Father Bishop Kuka in his sermon,
yes,
in his Easter message to Mr. President, he said, President, I beg, bring us down from the cross.
No be small, no.
So it appears that that message, now, I hear be the first person there on the cross. Now he hang himself. So suddenly don't bring himself down from the cross. And he's now facing the reality. He now understands that his people are being slaughtered and killed like chicken. He should see, I don't talk about earlier, go and hide your face in shame. You have betrayed yourself as a governor. You have betrayed yourself as a Catholic. You have disgraced yourself as a Catholic priest. If he does not understand what it means for a Catholic priest to be in power, he should go to the Philippines and learn. When the church wanted, what's his name? Their leader, is it Marcos also? I think so. When they wanted to end his rule, his leadership, the church started what they call liberation theology. For earlier being a Catholic priest, seeing what is happening, I thought he was going to be more voice-furious, more strategic, more energetic than the former governor. But no, like they say, they don't put Quran inside, dip Quran inside water and give and drink. And they do them. So now that he's crying to a president that is not yet back, he wants the president to move his hand from either France or UK and lay hands on him, or lay hands on the chief of army staff or the national security advisor, empower them, let them go and fight. This is what happens when when someone is elected, you know, out of pity. You see, we kept saying Jonathan is clueless. Jonathan was clueless. Jonathan was clueless. You see that proverb where Jonathan give? That it is easy to wake up somebody who is sleeping naturally than somebody who is pretending to sleep.
Yes.
You think it's easy? You think that
so
have you start back to yes? Have you start back to think of, you know, the meaning, the deep, calling out to the deep in that statement? For earlier, you are crying out. How does this your cry suddenly bring back those who are living in IDP camps? You're going to be governor for 2 years. Your people are living in IDP camps. What have you done to bring them back to the ancestral homes, if the homes are still there? And if the homes are not there, what have you done to chase away those who forcefully sent your people into IDP camps? I thought you said that nobody should retaliate. So why are you crying? Why are you suddenly feeling empathy for the people? Or is this part of your campaign strategy for 2027? Okay, you're not going to go anywhere. Go and write it down. You will not see that. You will not smell that government house.
But I don't know if it is. Now.
What? Are they not Nigerians?
You're not from Benue.
Are they not Nigerians? For me, anybody, anywhere you come from, you do not deserve to be killed like a chicken. Except then go just Benue people. During the election, all of them go just Jazuna. Now we're going to print anyhow. But truth be told, Father Alia has failed as a governor. So this is not a time to cry.
All right. So no, speaking about
when those in the security architecture of the nation came out and said, protect yourselves. For you, where the governor we don't fail. 1 + 1, they call it 32. You forget the 1 + 1 are 2. You where don't fail. You say make people not retaliate. Make them fold their hands and wait to be slaughtered. And now you are crying. You never begin crying. If you know what is good for you, okay, resign.
Okay, so moving on now, bandits are at it again. As bandits will operate for inside the northeastern part of the country, they don't impose a levy of 60 million naira on 12 communities, not between local government areas, or 12 communities, more like 12 villages for inside Zamfara State. This was made known in a post, I think, by one Bakatsine on X, a conflicts and crisis journalist in northwest Nigeria. He listed the Zamfara communities to include Koloma, Dan Hayin, Zargado, Dan Godabe, plenty. Make I no name all of them one by one, but all these communities they listed. They said that the routes that the affected communities were alleged to be that the reason why make they give them bill, say these communities they join body with military to reach them, say that the annoyance be that. How dare they join body with military to reach them? According to him, residents fear attacks if they do not pay the levy as imposed by the bandits. I beg, make I just leave you make a response. Now, this is not the level we don't get. But before you respond, make we
I'm going to put this.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to put this on the foot of the National Security Advisor, who has said openly that nobody should pay anybody any money, ransom or whatever. So I expect that now that he has heard this, let him mobilize his men and go to this community and flush these people out. You see, you need to understand what these bandits are trying to achieve. And they're doing it systematically. And people think they are ragtag. These guys are not ragtag. You know that Zamfara is the farming community. So what it means is that these communities, they have asked now to pay levy. Nobody in that community will go to a farm.
Wow.
So what will happen?
Because they go here and
at the end of the year, hunger and the hunger. I don't just say hunger for Nigeria. They do some assault. They do press up. It will soon come full circle. And that's how we understand waiting this, because look at it. Now they have given these communities a warning. Now everybody in that community is standing on an eggshell. In other places, they are not giving them this kind of opportunity. They are killing them. So the communities, 12 communities, when they hear the news that they have killed some people in some places, what do you think they will do? They have two options. The first option is to raise the money and pay, or they vacate the community. and then when they vacate the community, do you think this government will be able to bring them back to that community? So what they are doing is attack and conquer and take over.
Okay, now speaking about attack and conquer, because Southeast states them know also they different. Then they also don't suffer from this, as according to this report by Inter-Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, Inter-Society, that the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, I be their name, Inter-Society, they have raised an alarm over what they described as a systematic and violent campaign targeting Christians and ethnic communities in Nigeria, particularly in the southeast and the middle belt regions. I saw them talk. Now, for inside the statement where we said they released for Easter Monday today, for inside the Owerri, the group's chairman, Emeka Umeagbalesi, okay, said head of democracy and governance, Chinwe Umechi, alleged that since the middle, and the head of democracy and governance, yeah, they alleged that since the middle of 2015, no fewer than 20,300 defenseless residents of the southeast have been killed by suspected jihadist Fulani headsmen and allegedly complicit federal government security forces. Meaning, say, since 2015, where President Muhammadu Buhari or APC administration starts, say about 20,300 Southeasterners don't die in the hands of Fulani headsmen. No be any other one, no. In the hands of Fulani headsmen. And then say Nigerian security forces, they be their accomplice. That is, then join body with them. Now, the group also claimed that across the country, especially in the middle belt states of Benue, Plateau, and southern Kaduna, approximately 19,000 churches and over 3,000 Christian schools and sacred learning centers, now they don't destroy. They don't sack those communities, those schools. They don't burn them beyond recognition so far. And most of those schools, they are yet to rebuild them till today. According to the statement, it says shocking statistics on the ground across the country's 6 geopolitical regions have clearly shown that an estimated 40 million indigenous northern Christians, 40 million indigenous northern Christians have been uprooted since the July 2009 Boko Haram uprising. Now, just so a lot of people will not understand, so many Muslims and be Christians, so not be all, sorry, so many Northerners are Christians, so not be all Northerners be Muslims. For those of us who not understand what's in they happen. In fact, for Borno State, a lot of communities there are Christian communities too. So make we not think, say, only when we hear not, we think that all not be Muslims. No. So many Northerners like Christians. And waiting this report, they try talk and say most of the places where attack they happen for North are mostly the Christian dominated communities. Then this attack they happen. And are the Christians then they suffer and pass. According to the statement, it says shocking that I don't take state and resources by radical. 40 million northern Christians have been uprooted since the Boko Haram uprising. Now, this displacement has escalated significantly since mid-2015. Mid-2015, now when Buhari come into government, with the alleged takeover of state power and resources by radical elements within the Muslim Fulani population and their Hausa allies. The group alleged that these Christians have been forced to flee their ancestral land to avoid being raped, abducted, murdered, killed, or forcibly converted to radical Islamism. It added that many communities have been violently taken over, renamed. They even don't name the community back and converted into settlements stocked with arms and cattle. From January to April 2025 alone, just between January to this April inside, Inter-Society claimed that between 1,500 to 2,000 Christians were killed in Benue, Plateau, and southern Kaduna. Just between January and now, that between 1,500 to 2,000 Christians have been killed in just these 3 states. Now, it said 800 to 1,000 more were likely abducted. That is, they don't kidnap about 8,000 to about 1,000 people and taken to jihadist camps, while over 1,000 homes touched or destroyed. In the southeast, the group reiterated that over 20,300 people have been hacked to death or killed since 2015 that APC came into government on the basis of their ethnicity and faith, allegedly by jihadists. And the federal deployed biased security forces. And so they call them. Not be me write them. And these people write them. Go find the report. Inter-Society condemns what it described as the gross inaction of security agencies, accusing them of deceitful post-crisis responses. That is, say, as security agencies, then they even respond at all. Say they don't even act. So what thing they do now when the attack don't happen finish, you can't do like say they act or they don't can't do anything concerning the attack. Meanwhile, the harm don't already they made. They call them deceitful responses and discriminatory law enforcement that fails to prevent continuous attacks. So the law enforcement agencies for Nigeria, they fail to stop continuous attack. Saying that waiting they happen for inside Nigeria. Prince Francis Chilaka, this is frightening. If we don't get number of people die like this, of us can't remain for Nigeria, sir.
Precious, there's some things you hear and your spirit just leaves your body.
So that is exactly why I'm having this conversation, so that make we know what they happen for our country. Make we just know the things really happen for our country.
I cannot fathom why. Before now we have always said, "Oh, it's happening in the north. They are northerners. They should do whatever they like to themselves." But they have left the north. They have come into the southeast. Who are those people aiding and abetting them? Now the rat where they say house, now they go tell the ones waiting outside, say, "Man, guys, more than combo, cheese don't full ground." So there must be people from the southeast that are aiding and abetting this evil and benefiting from it financially.
Against their own people?
Don't they talk say against their own people? I don't ask you before for your program here, and I go ask you again. When we said the whites came and took away our fathers, our mothers, our uncles, our slaves, who were holding them responsible? Who were helping them to take the slaves from inside one village?
Our own brothers. Yes, our own brothers.
Good. That time they first of all give them one short knicker and one shirt. They can't dress them like later Sholari. They can't be happy. Kotuma, then they're happy. So that's the problem. Nigeria has become a country where we no longer value each other. Rather than encourage one another, we become very envious and jealous of each other. And this jealousy has crept into families. Siblings, they jealous themselves to the point that they even point and kill. Husband go there, you go, they jealous in wife, say in wife they make more money than her. Is the man not sick? So this whole thing is just about jealousy, greed, selfishness, wickedness. That is why this insecurity is thriving. See, I'll shock you. I was discussing with somebody today. The person is a serious security officer. And the person said something that shocked me. He said, look, I was one of those assigned to what do you call it? Zamfara State.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you won't believe it. You get to the community to give you information about these people because they know them. And the community will not. At the end of the day, they found out that some of the community members were even the ones manufacturing the guns that these bandits are using.
the communities,
Yes.
they age and abate these people where they kill their
Yes.
people. I
Yes.
don't understand. What do we really want in this country? What is going on?
Because of money. Because we have left the real things we should chase in life, and we're all focused on money. And this whole focus on money started with the religious institutions.
Hey, speaking about religious institution, let me just quickly play you a footage, Jojari, no vex. So Prince Francis Chilaka, a particular man of God, I'm not going to call him name, and I'm not going to call the name of in church, no vex. Today, come talk, say Nigerians for inside social media, say they programmed to hate their country. Because say Nigeria actually better pass US, so Nigerians they go. But now say we need to see the good for inside our country. And people don't reply and plenty. You say things like this. Now they make government the thing say then they work. Oh yeah, make
I now found a group of people, and people have been programmed on social media to hate their country, which is self-hatred. I was in America. I sat down with some Nigerians, and they started. I told them, I said, listen, before you continue, Nigeria, a person will graduate as a medical doctor and spend 500,000 throughout to become a doctor. Throughout. I said in America, and they're working in Johns Hopkins. Go and ask them how much. You graduate from Johns Hopkins, you graduate from Harvard as a doctor, and you spend $2,000. Are you okay? Do you know how much money you spend? Nigerians are ungrateful. They will go through everything, education. How much do they spend there? Go there. I said, look, you see a Nigerian, if they tell him in Nigeria to do 2 jobs, he will cost your life out. He will come to America, wake up in the morning, do first job, do second job, do Uber, and do everything he's doing. I said, if they put the fraction of this energy they put here in their country, they will have blown. They kept quiet. He told me, he said, listen, what's the unemployment rate in Nigeria? I said, we don't calculate unemployment rate. He said, no, you must give me a figure. I said, there's no figure. Nigeria, there's nothing like that. Let me tell you why. Yelwa did a trade, they were just for church members to sell things. I thought they just put out tents like this, 1, 2, 3, in the car park. I thought, I wasn't saying this thing is a waste of time. One lady said, came to me, Pastor, thank you for doing this. Now, just to show you, she was selling wigs. She has a job. Before my eyes, somebody came out of the church and bought 3 wigs, each one 250,000. That business is not registered though. 750 grand that girl carried home. There's no job she's doing. So if somebody is in their house and just starts selling wig, are they unemployed? No. But are they registered as employed? No. Our statistics here is different. Understand your terrain. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You see, one of the problems in Nigeria, people don't understand their terrain. Understand your terrain. In America, you will sell like that. IRS is coming for you. And you go home with 750,000. Out of that 750,000, 200,000 belongs to government. Don't drop it. You'll see jail. Are you following what I'm saying here? Understand the terrain. Sit down and say, what is this terrain? Then understand it so you know how to play. The girls and the lady said, when you get more, send to me. In other words, I'm telling you that person could have bought 1.5 million on wigs on the spot. And if you see the lady buying, you will not know she has seen 2 million in her life. My mind was renewed. This is Nigeria. Do you get what I'm saying? The land of opportunity where good cometh. Are you following what I'm saying here? So what you should say every day is good cometh unto me. Give all these people. Say Nigeria happened to them. What are you talking about? You understand what I'm saying? Listen. In America, there are 4 people groups that are doing better than Caucasians. Nigerian Americans are, I think they're number 2, Nigerians. And they said why? It is the family of Nigerians, the way they raise their children. Which means the generation that left Nigeria when they got there still raised their children the Nigerian way. And the Nigerian way says, book first before talent. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Get degree, whatever you want to do, do. If you say you want to paint. But first of all, bring certificates. And that's the way. Why people are saying, what are these Nigerians doing? Because they tell their children education. You enter a Nigerian home, they are disciplined. The value system here is treasure. You now go there, you go and join people. I say, hey.
All right, so Prince Francis Chilaka, you don't hear waiting in talk. Now, a lot of people lambast them, especially for
Precious.
waiting in talk.
I better call the name of this pastor first.
People say, People say in no supposed talk that in when talk say
Wait,
Nigerians say
no.
Nigerians happen to them.
Hold on.
Sir,
You know,
eh?
this man has just spoken like one of the media aides to your president. What was that his name again? Fashua.
Okay, so this
He's
the man
talking of
name
America. Why is he running his church in Nigeria?
So in
Why is he collecting tithes? I know.
Okay.
I wanted you to mention it. Why is he running his church in Nigeria? Why is he collecting tithes and offering in Nigeria? Because Nigeria is a virgin land where they gather them and use stories and bamboozle them and collect all their money. Collect their first fruit salary. They are living fat. He enters a plane and he goes to America and go and cool off. And then he'll come back and start telling them rubbish and they're clapping. Now, let me analyze.
To ask you a question. I've not even asked you a question. So Nigerians are saying that he wasn't sensitive for insulting those that say Nigeria has happened to them. What he said, was it wrong? But he's basically saying that many Nigerians are patriotic enough to see the good in their country. But Nigerians they say what's he mean by that when you say you're coming here to say Nigeria has happened to you? People can't say it, they downplay the pain and agony of people where be say die for Nigerian hospitals because of lack of healthcare. People where be say, in fact, people they even tell and say that's America when they talk about say how much a senator they earn for America. Which house did they give a senator for America?
You know, Precious, no go far. Precious, no, you are going to distort my mind now. You want to distort
no
it.
vex.
Calm down. Let me start by asking him. Let me start by asking him. How many churches in Nigeria pay tax? Churches come under NGOs, tax-free. He's a beneficiary of it. And he's saying that we should be patriotic. Meanwhile, he is the first unpatriotic person leading other people who some are patriotic into unpatriotism. That is on one side. How much? You're talking of employment in America, and you say, if you ask Nigerian to take 2 jobs now, see, this is to show you how shallow-minded he is. A Nigerian will get a job that you are working from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're paying you, let's even use the supposedly minimum wage of 70,000 naira. In America, you get a job of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you are paid lowest, you are paid $10 per hour.
Per hour.
Please calculate it. Between 8 and 5 p.m. is how many hours? That's about 9 hours. 9 hours. 9 times 10. That gives you how much? That's about that's $90.
By 10 you mean 10 days?
No. I said
okay, $10 times 9.
That's $10. That's how much?
That's $90.
$90 for
1 day job.
For 8 hours job.
And at 1,500, that will be at 1,500. That will be 135,000.
Not a day. Not a day for 9 hours. Now you have another place you're doing 8 hours. Add it to that.
The person will still work 8 hours joined together after 9 hours. It's
too much. It's not too much. That is to show you that people are not lazy. It's boys who come to some terminals to offload goods. They're ready to go from 8 till 6 p.m. They'll take 1 hour break. They'll continue from 6 p.m. to about 4 a.m. in Nigeria here. And they're paid per day. Now, somebody in America, if he does like that for a day, if he collects 90 plus 80, that's $170. per day. Please, how much is that in naira?
At 1,500,
Yes.
it will be 255,000.
Multiply that by 24 working days.
Ewo times 24. That's 6.1 million.
That is what he earns in a month. And the man is opening his mouth and saying rubbish. And people are sitting there like dummies and clapping for him. Somebody in America is earning 6 point something million in a year, in a month. Meanwhile, in Nigeria here, that amount is 70,000, at most 100,000 naira.
But he's saying that tax will collect all the money now. But say Nigeria go do a lot of things and tax will
collect all the money. Which tax? Why is it that the government wants to? If people like him are talking, let them talk to government. Let us begin to apply the American system. Let Nigerians begin to earn per hour. That's the people.
And then in America too, in America, remember in America, the disparity between the politician's salary and normal, even salary, no day too much. No day too much. So how about that?
Are even the best. Which public hospital is working in this country? So when I keep saying it, when pastors leave the Bible and begin to do motivational, they fuck up.
Ew.
I am totally disappointed with a lot of people who call themselves men of God. Because when they open their mouth, they just say rubbish, get rich. When he does not know the pain people go through in hospitals. I know the pain people go through in hospitals. I've been to hospitals, general hospitals, island maternity. I've gone to the maternity ward where a woman will give birth and they will seize the child, maybe because of 50,000 naira. But because these people don't know what people are suffering, they sit in their houses, people come and give them money for offering, give them money for tithe. They don't understand what those people who are bringing this money are suffering. Because if they understand, they wouldn't be saying, they wouldn't be talking in public. They wouldn't be talking in public. This is ridiculous. This is the height of insensitivity.
Okay, I really want to take reactions from Nigerians in the diaspora. So let me quickly let them know that the phone lines are open and they can jump in on this conversation. So Nigerians, if you're living in the diaspora, please kindly call us. Tell us how this matter take do you for body. I beg, do you think that life is actually much more easier in Nigeria than it is abroad? That means you can make more money in Nigeria than you make abroad, right? All right, phone lines are open. Kindly call the WhatsApp number 0817-029-4077. I had seen your calls earlier, but I guess we still they talk, so I no fit cut and take your calls. So kindly understand. Please forgive me. The WhatsApp line is 0817-029-4077. Or you click on the link that is on the pinned session. So inside the comment section, a post there where I don't pin already, and click on that link. Make it for tell us how the matter take be. Somebody there where they tell we just say post to our comment say for Europe saying they work 16 euro per hour. You understand? Another person can talk say in Pekin, each of in Pekin, they pay them 250 euro monthly for being a child. Being a child though, for care of the child, 250 euros. So if you get 4 children and 1,000 in the end, I bet no vex which one of that in Nigeria they do for its citizens. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Sir, ma?
Is this Precious?
It is Precious, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you. It seems I'm watching you now. I'm calling from Houston. I'm watching you now.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
I think I went back, so I'm not live right now.
It's okay.
Let me see if I can forward it.
You are live. You are live. Oh, just go ahead. You're live, so go ahead.
Okay. What was that your question again?
I did ask that Nigerians in the diaspora. Did you watch the video I played about what the man of God said? How life is. Did you watch the video I played about what the man of God said, that life is much more easier in Nigeria than abroad because education is free in Nigeria or very subsidized, and life is, much more easier. So I would like to know, in comparison to abroad, why do you prefer to stay abroad instead of Nigeria if life is a bit more easier in Nigeria?
Life is not easy in Nigeria, but we should stop kidding ourselves. And let me correct the man that spoke before. When he said about the 8 hours, 9 hours work, no, here we work 8 hours.
Okay.
If you go from 9 to 5, that's 9 hours, but you get a whole hour break, and they don't pay you for that break. And then by the time they take out taxes, listen, people who are working on minimum wage here, they are living very comfortably. The first shock that I got when I got here, I went to drop my children in school, elementary school it was, and I saw that they call them custodians here. The cleaner in the school, she came to work in a car.
Before Uncle.
I was shocked.
And it was brand new, Seth. If you know, be shaky car.
No, yeah, come on, no, not brand new, but at least she came to work in a car.
Yeah.
She lives in an apartment that is air conditioned because the apartments come with central AC.
Yeah.
So it's air conditioned. Food here is nobody's. We were able to afford food. People are living well. This was minimum wage. And I tell you, it's like the apartments then were like, in Nigeria, it's like you're living in a Ikoyi. And this is minimum wage. So life definitely, it's definitely here. Come on, it's definitely better here because the basic amenities of life, electricity is there, water is there. As a matter of fact, an apartment here, when you rent an apartment, it comes with a stove. That's his gas cooker, we call it in Nigeria, right?
So you don't need to buy gas.
Buy gas. It comes with the gas cooker, with the refrigerator, with the dishwasher. Those are standards in the apartment. And then
and laundry session, I guess. That is with washing machine and other things. So say go if you wash your clothes.
Some of them were. Some of the apartments will come with washing machine.
Okay.
Or at least the apartment complex, we have a washer area. And I'm talking about minimum wage.
That is the people where they earn the lowest. Now they try to talk about.
And that's what I'm telling you.
Now my work, and I make a break and that for pidgin English with that, so that normal Nigerians will understand and well. Now, no vex. The question where I want asking, what's be the difference between people where they earn this minimum wage salary and on a politician's salary? At least on a politician's salary. Yes, say they in the open. But for here, our politician's salary in a secret, we know they to know them.
Oh my God. You know what? Don't even get me started because as far as I'm concerned, every Nigerian politician is a thief. Because for real, what are they going in there to do? That they are killing themselves to enter there. There's no accountability. They're not accountable or answerable to the people. They're just doing as they like. What are they going in there to do? They're not serving the people. They're going in there to serve their own pockets. Don't let's kid ourselves. Nigeria has no democracy. And the sad part of it is that Nigerians are so ignorant. They have succeeded in suppressing the people, keeping them under hunger so that they can't even, their brains don't even work anymore for them to think. They are able to get away with that.
So no vex. So and another question, no vex. Okay, another question. Say my work. The idea of this program is to marry how things they happen for sane society versus our society where would it pray say go they sing. So if to say America they like Nigeria where be say the gap between on a minimum wage and on a politicians and salary, they like heavens above the sky, the sky, the heaven and earth. Waiting Americans for do, waiting be the thing what they go to do to the politicians then. And their politicians can't like our own, we know they are accountable, we know if you ask questions. What's in the if you do?
You see, but then that's the thing, because here the politicians are held accountable. They're held accountable. They are accountable to the people. Because here now we have free and fair elections. Politicians, House of Rep, they hold town hall meetings with their constituents. And the constituents are watching what these people are doing. And if they're not performing, they vote them out. But that's what never happens in Nigeria. Because Nigeria, all of us sat here, this last election of 20, I was following it very closely from here. We all sat here and saw how that Peter Obi won this election. Koro, And yet, INEC was able to manipulate and do all that mago that they did. And they put themselves in power. They can do that and get away with it because Nigerians allow them to do that. Because we don't look at what is that his name? That's the River State governor. That's waiting with that name. Amechi.
Wiki
Amechi. Something. No, Amechi even. Amechi said that they are able to steal.
Because they stone them. Because they stone them.
Exactly. Because Nigerians, you see that we're so ignorant and stupid and too hungry to hold these politicians accountable.
So are you disagreeing with the pastor? Are you disagreeing with what the pastor said? The Nigerians are just wired to hate their country.
Say it again.
Do you disagree that Nigerians are wired to hate their country? That it's not like the country is that bad.
The country is bad, my dear. The country is bad. What is it that is available in Nigeria?
He said that to go to school. Not vex. My work now to help you bring them out. He said to go to school in Nigeria that it is subsidized because you can study medicine in Nigeria from year 1 to final year and graduate with only 500,000 naira. But that abroad you pay through your nose and even take loan that you use years to pay. So that living in Nigeria is better.
Listen,
yes, ma'am.
I'm a school teacher here.
Oh, great.
First and foremost, I teach high school.
Okay.
First and foremost, education in grade school from kinder to 12th grade, which is equivalent of our
SS3. SS3 now.
It's free.
You not go pay 1 naira.
Free. Shishi. And on top of this free education, listen, they feed these children breakfast and lunch. Here.
Every day.
And then they don't get book. Books. The free education comes with, they provide them books. Because in my school, what book room, the children will check a books, right? The people don't even get pencil to take right. Beginning of the school year, they have what is called, what do they call that thing? School drive. Education is free in America. It is free. Now, when you get to college, that's where you're supposed to be. But then they have all kinds of scholarships because if that child is ready to study, you can get scholarships. And then there's another thing here called, what do they call this in FAFSA, which is Federal Pell Grant. Because if you're a citizen or resident here, and then depends on your family income, you can get FAFSA, which will pay for your education 100% free. So the people who are paying for college education are those that they know it's belly full. Their family has money to be able to pay. Yes. So
okay. So another question I go ask here: which kind of job you fit get with your equivalent of SS3 certificates? Like you don't graduate and you don't want to further your education, maybe because you can't afford to go to the university, and then you just want to, just get a job. Can you get a job with that certificate? And what kind of job would you get? And how much will you be earning? Will you be able to live a comfortable life with the money you earn?
Okay. Okay. So that's your SS3 certificate.
Absolutely.
To high school diploma.
Yes.
With your high school diploma, you can get even more than a little more than menial job, of which, let me see, minimum pay here depends from state to state.
Yes.
But it's about maybe from $2.25 to $10 to $15, depends on what state you are in. But even with your minimum wage, let's even say you're earning $8 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. You're earning $8 an hour, and you work 40 hours a week. And that's your 8 times 40. What's in that?
Yeah, that's $320 in a month. $320,
right? $320 a week.
A week.
Times 4 weeks in a month.
$320
You're
a week.
making at least almost 1,000, right?
320 times 4.
That they take out
No, not almost 1,000 though. 1,280. Don't insult the 280, man.
Oh, you don't.
That's a lot of money.
But you're going to pay tax.
Okay, so
they don't play with their tax.
of course we know, and he mentioned that too. So how much tax can they deduct from this 1,280 now?
Now, again, it depends because they will tax you based on do you have dependents? If you have children, how many children do you have in your home? That determines how much taxes will take from you.
Okay.
So let's even say a single person, you don't have child. In that you say you call it 1,000 to something.
280,
$900.
Ah, okay. So you go home with $900.
Now, let me say how here they will help you. Yeah, now your $900 really can't do much, right? Because by the time you're paying for an apartment, in one bedroom, it's big. I can't even calculate all that one. But then they have social benefits that are here to help cushion you. Say you're not earning well, or let's even say you have children. They have something called food stamps that you're under poverty level. You can get food stamps that will help feed your children. They have social benefits here. There's healthcare here. You enter road, drive road. You enter house, water, light. Those basic necessities of life are available.
Thank you. Thank you. So what is your name again, ma'am?
It's different from Nigeria.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Precious, like you.
Are you kidding me? You're joking, right?
I'm not kidding you.
Oh, stop it. I like it.
I'm Calabar.
And you call me.
You don't go. No, for real. Because
thank you.
The other day I was watching your program and I was listening to that man called Flagship.
Yes, Flagship. Yes.
And I know he's out here, and I'm wanting to connect with him because I need like-minded people because Nigeria can work. Nigeria, I grew up in Nigeria, okay? Back in the 70s, Nigeria, we had a country. Now, I still have, my family is in Nigeria, of course. My mother is in Nigeria. I have siblings in Nigeria. I have nieces, nephews who are in university in Nigeria. For how many years? They have not been able to graduate.
Thank you.
You see that one that young, sorry to be taking your time, Jerry. You see that young youth service girl that came to come and complain, say Tinubu is a terrible president because he's the worst thing that could have happened to Nigeria. That's thing called Tinubu, and I don't care. It's the worst thing that could have happened to Nigeria. It needs to be out up there. Hopefully, healing will come to Nigeria. And then the young lady, child, came to complain. And that NYC woman was saying, you're being disrespectful. I mean, when they did all that rubbish she was saying. So people are suffering and yet they cannot even talk.
You don't know anything. Madam, they talk for US. Yeah, this call, what would they get like this?
Let me tell you, I'm very interested. When was it that they had NSARS protest? That's why I say I want to get with that flagship because we need to begin to organize ourselves because we have talked enough. We don't talk every day.
But the problem, but not vex, so not vex. Now, they make me not vex. Make I even tell you the part where they vex me for on our way they abroad. Now, almost all the money where these people they thief for our country, where we say they thief. Now, those countries then they come use and buy houses. They use and they invest for the economy. Or not if you find out where those their houses where they buy day. Make gonna picket those houses. Make them confiscate those houses. Carry, make them repatriate the money, come back to Nigeria. What's in them work when they fit afford those money them? Make them can't give account of what's in them work when they use afford those to buy those houses. I don't vex too much.
We know say they no work now thief now they take the money now. We know say they no work now thief the money. You know what you said today now about what is it the River State? I mean the Nigerian lawyers waiting how now they have carried Tinubu and Wiki.
They don't carry all of them, go ECOWAS court.
So ECOWAS court. You know what needs to happen? Because I was telling my friend here, say, you know what, this is just the beginning, beginning from Akpoti
case.
I'm rooting for that young lady. I am rooting for her seriously because they hit the wrong one this time because all along they've been oppressing women. You know how a woman make another talk who wanna be, but this time they hit the wrong one this time, and I'm rooting for her here because she has opened this up. I say it's just the beginning. This one that they said it took them to court there, so it was at the end of the waiting ECOWAS even to. Is it not the same Tinubu that is the chairman and be waiting I call them of the ECOWAS? Maybe here to not go let them, but you know what the whole world is watching now. They not only need to stop at the ECOWAS, let me tell them, if they hear so, they need to go to the UN, go to International Court of Waiting, go and file these complaints. Because let the whole world watch Nigeria. Since us Nigerians who cannot get up to help ourselves, let the world help us. They need to fight, because all these thieves, all these are politician thieves, where do they carry the money go? Out here in the West.
Absolutely.
Go and file this complaint to all those countries. Say all these people are thieves, so they have killed our country. Do not let them into your country. Drive them, come out.
If you see them come on, boo them, come up for them, and then go back.
When they out here, send all of them back to Nigeria. Then they will be forced to fix that country because they can.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Let me tell those people where go that ECOWAS court. ECOWAS may not do anything. They need to go to International Court of Waiting. Go to the UN,
International Criminal Court.
Where then they thief the money come? Now for this America, then they thief the money come buy houses, thief the money, keep here. Keep for this America, keep for London. Look how wicked the other day. Small time he don't run go London to go and do it. Drive them, don't let them into those countries. See, when I say, what's his name, your president, what is his name? We know say the man will soon die. I don't need to. The man is a sick man.
Adia.
Now you go to for France now. And you every day come for this city. No, me, I will carry placard and go and protest out on the street.
No.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. No, for real. Like that man said the other day, we have children here. And we would like to take our children home.
I agree.
Which home do we have that we're going to bring our children or even encourage our children to go home?
Thank you so much. I appreciate you big time. Thank you so much. My phone line has been buzzing nonstop. Let me talk to others. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see people at my back office on a day there. When I just wait for make I take some more calls. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello. Are you there? Unfortunately, your village people know me. You put man for talk. Oh, yeah, make I go attend to people one by one. All right. Hello. Good evening. Welcome. And this is Flagship. The Flagship. You're welcome. That means you there here when Madam they talk about you just now. So.
Ayera and Precious, how you there?
Oh yeah, now Flagship. Try make you connect with her now.
I'll go try. If you see, get her info for me. Make we
no
begin to
wahala.
talk because we need to
No
turn
wahala.
things around. How on a day? Good evening
You
to
fine. Oh yeah, put smart talk. Oh, our pastor talk say Nigerians then they program to hate their country. Say things they actually work here better pass for abroad. I beg. Help us tell us, make we know. Maybe because me and Francis Chilaka still in Nigeria, so it be like say we need a sea road.
Good afternoon to Mr. Chilaka first. Make I start with there to you too, Precious, and everybody.
Thank you.
Good
afternoon.
Good evening.
Good. Thank you, my brother. So, Precious, I don't blame the man. I don't blame him. Why I go blame him? He go talk like that now. He get fat bank account. If you want enter London today, now just the snap of a finger, he go fly enter London, go enjoy himself, take care of himself. If he need help,
enter first class with protocol. They go clear him for airport. Like they do that man of God.
Remember that one when I tell you that day.
Exactly. Don't worry, I get retentive memory.
But guess who going to suffer? Now the same people when you sit down there, when they look at them like you get one movie when they we cannot talk bad about our people. Now those same people when sit down there when they bamboozle with all these fabulous stories when they talk so now then I could suffer at the end of the day. I don't blame them. If you open mouth, they talk like that. If they're not, they put, like I said, Nigerians, they could not take that break from church. If you not do them, this man not going to talk the way they talk. So try it. And if he come out talk like this, now be say, waiting that they do now, not get a hold on that. So if they compare, I hear the comparison when they make, and it's just pitiful. It's pitiful to say the least. To see such a heightened level of what's the word? My grandma they fail me here. I won't use pidgin talker. Insensitivity to its core. The people when they die for Nigerian roads, they tell me say Nigeria not happen to them. The people when they kidnap every day, Nigeria not happen to them. The people when they say they not fit afford There was a Nigeria where they could afford 3 square meals, but right
Absolutely,
now
yes.
they cannot. It determines that Nigeria not happen to them. The people when we say they are kids, they don't feel afford their tuition or school fees. It determines that Nigeria not happen to them. I bet you that man picking did school abroad somewhere. If he not did the school for abroad, he did one of the best schools for Nigeria there. And a driver they carry and go come back every day if he not did boarding school. But those when sit down, they listen to around there, they can't even afford transportation out of that place when they sit down, they listen to them, so go back home. These are the misnomers when they get for our society, when they number our people, when make them not feel they think and ask questions. You they talk about comparison, right? So in the talk of
Yes, sir.
medical school in the US versus medical school in Nigeria, you know,
Absolutely.
it beat my brains when I they think and they see our people they so easily they compare America to Nigeria. Do you know what it takes here versus what it takes there? Look, even if you get out of medical school and your tuition and fees when you owe loans, student loans when you take amount up to let's say $400,000. There is a job waiting for you out there, guaranteed, guaranteed. And that job when they wait for you out there, so guess what? If you come out as a family physician, right, a GP, like in the case of those in the UK, you not be specialist. You just generally to see patients. At the end, fresh out of medical school, you do your residency, you complete your residency, and you come out. You don't start to make money on the minimum. If you low, well, precious. Now $250,000 a year.
As
Break
a
down
doctor.
that one out. As listen, as a doctor,
And how
but
much loan?
in
How much
general
loan if you don't
practicing,
take to go that school now?
if you don't rack up about 300 to 400 grand for that loan, but
Okay.
guess
And
what?
then in a year, if we make 250, so
If you
that
make
means if
250,
we conveniently pay back $50,000 in a year
if he attack the loan and they frugal,
as a
if he
GPO, that
pay him,
is as a GP will be say,
then make we
to
talk of specialists. We talk of anesthesiologists, cardiologists, neurosurgeons, and the rest of them. I mean,
absolutely.
it beats the brain. Now, billions in Nigerian naira, what they talk about. So you see the value of what you get when you get out of school versus Nigeria when you go. I have so many friends in Nigeria. I asked one day. I said, "How much do you receive for this work when you do so?" When she tell me her salary, precious, I almost cried. And not be a small doctor, now seasoned
Oh my
physician.
God.
500,000 naira, five as in 500,000, and he no good well.
That one said plenty.
500,000. A doctor here can make that
Now you make the run now. Now you make the jackpot now.
in a day. Can make 2-3 times that. A specialist of her caliber in Nigeria can make that in a day. Make we not go that far. You see the man when they clean your desk for your office for Nigeria. The equivalent for here can pay that one when he did Nigeria conveniently. If we really want to put Nigeria and America together, but it's such a bad comparison to just oppose, to put them side by side. It's a bad comparison. You're not supposed to talk like that. Again, these people need to get to see reality that comparing the betterment of life in Nigeria versus America, that it don't make sense at all. The salaries on our officials they get for here, we know them. We know how much they make. If we hear say he pass certain amount, they go query him. You see, make I give you an example.
But for here, they hide our own.
No,
No,
you
just
can't
our own
hide
a
them. No,
secret.
we
Be
know
like
for
a
here.
secret cult. You
Now
cannot
because now
know.
we they pay their salary. Now our money, now they pay them. So we need to know how much they
Eh,
collect.
but our money
And
they
now,
take
now,
pay here now.
now,
So
now
why
they
did they hide
ask
them from
now.
us for
Now, now
here?
they ask now. Well, now they ask them, say, hey, would it be that 40,
We
that
are
prayer when they send go your email. So where you get that from? Why you they receive prayer for your email? I tell you the other day, so maybe not be this show. There is a mayor here in one of the towns for my state. He enter plane, travel, go somewhere. not use money of county like local government. When he go there, as me and you they talk so. Now court night there and they don't suspend them. They don't remove them.
Why you go carry local government money, go travel?
For
Something will be
when
normal for you.
it not concern the local government. Even if it concern the local government, was it approved? So he tried to you see, these are the bad practices when these guys for here they see they happen for other places in the world, like Nigeria, when they go on try to do them for here to test the waters to see if they go get away with them. But the citizens not they allow them to get away with them. And even if they travel, I met one of my senators here in the state of Georgia, popular senator for airport. We did the same plane. When we did for gate, everybody, you gist with her like normal gist. And you go see when they gist with her, not say that he is your honorable sir, senator sir, Mr. Senator. Oh, good morning, sir. Good. They happen like that. Hey, what's going on? Now their first name, they call them. Their first name. Now they call them.
They need a put sir. They need a bend down, grease, use two hands, shake them.
Now we send
get respect for America.
Now we send our go work. He's there to represent us, not be the other way around. When the man got on the plane, I was expecting that now business class he go sit down. But the man did
irregular.
Back for back of the plane. For back of the plane, listen to me. For back of the plane. And
an American senator.
He not travel with entourage. He not travel with entourage. He inside the same Delta Airlines from here to Washington, D.C. Are they inside the plane with them? That now big senator, when he be say if he speak, the ground is shaking. But
so I get a lot of questions to ask you and flagship. Okay, finish.
Go ahead.
Finish your statement.
Well, I was going to round up with this.
Okay, round up with that, please.
So, make I give you a good example. You see the First Lady of America, Donald Trump's wife. If she get visitor for White House, if visitors come meet her for White House, and she can't get to entertain them, guess what? Now from her pocket, now she go pay for whatever they use to entertain them.
And Obama wife didn't tell us now. Obama wife they even tell us if you make her husband no talk saying like a particular thing because they go bring her for him, but not for him bill.
Exactly, you pay for it and you account for it. You know they use state funds.
They go bring that thing when he's saying like, but say not for his own bill because at the end of the month they go bring the bill, give her, say make it pay.
Exactly. You know why? Because when they pay a salary. And he's supposed to use his own money from the salary to do whatever pleasures when he wants to do. It's not done under state funds. Yeah, we know the challenge them now.
Okay, just help me there on the line and make I talk to this person finish. And I go ask him because we need to know what thing we need to do. You understand? So that people like this now no go continue to think say Nigerians deliberately they talk down on them because this na mindset and it be like say they build the mindset of people. Now some people don't they think say in fact they don't even accuse some Obi supporters and other people for Twitter saying that them be people always talk down about Nigeria. So we need to know whether now really true say we deserve the environment we did. But make I talk to the caller we do on phone. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, Precious.
Sir.
Now this one, I don't miss all this one.
Oh, stop it! I like it. You're welcome, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
They answer you.
My name is Richie from Italy.
Richie.
Yeah, from Italy.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay. The thing is this Nigeria issue. I when I hear the man that pastor, I don't know. When I hear with that pastor talk, he said he really big belief from it.
Sorry, no.
Because the kind of maybe we will start by taxing the churches. Even in church, I'm not taxing the pay for in church when he gets for Nigeria. Now, see. When we did for diaspora, government, they make things easy for us here. They make things easy. The way we live life here, if we get that kind of life from Nigeria, nobody could come out. Nobody could come out. I don't see, like that one of America, they talk just now, that if you rent some kind of house, you see cars, it's like, even the general some house, just me, I tell you, if you rent a complete furniture inside, your owner just to carry your bag, enter the house and start to live.
Including bed where you sleep.
I'm telling you, if everything, wardrobe, everything there inside complete. You know they carry anything they come. You just enter, you stay. If you want to come out, you just come out. You feel that's it. Gas day, water day, light day, no phone, nothing. Last year now I bring my wife. When my wife enter Europe, when he enter, they wait whether she she dey look whether after 45 days, they don't see light. He say, they don't see light. Because where she did, they always see light. She didn't use to that one.
But you know, say interestingly enough, not be only saying for Europe they need to take light. I don't go African countries where I don't they throughout my stay, they don't take light one day. So it is very embarrassing. So we call ourselves the giant of Africa, and we still they do this nonsense over the talk. To the extent, say our presidential villa, our White House, they budget 10 billion naira to use commode from national grid. Because they fear say light no go feed day for them. And they fear say they no go feed pay the amount when them impose many Nigerians they pay for band A. Is it not embarrassing and shameful?
In fact, see, let me tell you, this one we say president. In fact, common senator, all of the gates convoy when they follow them, escort when they follow them. See, our prime minister for year, Georgia Meloni. If the vehicle when you follow up too much, maybe 2 or 3. 2 or 3, the prime minister. And this is Italy. Not only this prime minister, I be the only prime minister when he would take small, because Italy they know they take nonsense. Any prime minister when he come, if he do this when now they're not even the same make them fixed election dates.
So their blood they hot.
Inside that parliament, they vote and come out immediately.
Okay, so make I ask you another question. I beg no vex because I need answers. When person get like accident or maybe your wife get belly like this and you don't get money to carry and go born, something happen like something will happen to that man where be say them pursue and we making wife die because of say you don't get money to deliver her. How they go handle that kind of case if not for eating like where you did?
Make I tell you number one, Precious.
Sir?
If like say for instance, if I say this like that woman now when they talk so, then the woman want to born, they go call ambulance. Ambulance not quick home. And it can lead to the death of that woman. That ambulance, they don't accuse her mother. The mother kid.
On pay money. I don't get money to pay yet. And they talk about if you don't get the money, what's going to happen to you?
Now, see, you know they even they pay for ambulance. You know they pay for hospital.
For Italy.
He get one of my friends for here. Brother Everest, he mother-in-law there for Nigeria. They want to heart operation. They got bill 1.5 million for the heart operation. Then because he don't get Italian citizen, he just do the thing. They give him mother-in-law visa. Then he enter. They do the operation for here. Italy here. One cent, 1 naira no pay. The heart operation of 1.5 million, you know, pay. See, now come to the other one. If somebody come get accident, then motor come hit somebody, and when motor hits you like this, that is for yeah. If motor go that side, if person they use like the waka, you when you drive motor, you go guide yourself. Make you know near best where they use on like waka. Best when they use on like waka. Best when they ride bicycle. Best when they ride machine. You when they drive motor, not go near them. Because if anything touch them, the insurance when you can pay, maybe you don't drive motor for the day of your life again. So if that person die, that person don't you say you go jail. You go jail. So all the things when we say they happen, like now, we they hear every time. Just let me ask myself that all these figures of people, you see, they can't say they died. And they always, I won't ask my question. I won't ask the question, no. Whether these people now, the people they die too. That's why they bond every day for the Nigeria. When we see they count 200 and something million. That's why they bond every day.
My dear brother, this matter now for another day, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye. Okay, good night. So the flagship, going back to what we can do so that I can release you and then perhaps end the show. What can we do?
So, like I said last week, the first place to start now knowledge. We need to go get knowledge. When I say get knowledge, we're there at a critical place or point. For every Nigerian, make una go grab a copy of that constitution. Make una they read them. At least read these 41 first before they make attempt change them, so that you go know what it is 40 inside. And by the time they change them, if at all they change them, make what they change inside not look like abracadabra to you. Get that constitution. Now there, now your rights there. Now there, everything when you need to know there. What is the govern now? How now government supposed they run? What will now the what do you call it? Your legislators and everybody supposed they get how they supposed conduct themselves, how they supposed treat you now. Who come first for the country? Now them or now when they serve. Now who they serve who there? Now they serve them, I've been at them 97. All these things they inside that book. Go carry them, read them. In fact, at this point, read them as you read your Bible, if not more, because your survival and existence they tied to that thing. Because if you don't know them, you know not they go use they play Banya for grand
Thank
anyhow.
you.
You know how they
Thank
say.
you. Thank you so much. Sorry, say I dey rush you, but time don't go, and we still get
No problem. I
contributors, but
understand. I
me
understand.
too need
Oh,
to go
Precious,
rest.
give me
Thank
60
you.
seconds. Give me 60 seconds, Precious.
All
There's
right, go
something I
ahead.
want to say.
Go ahead.
There's something I want to say to that lady and what she said. For those in the diaspora, these guys that are coming here to buy and spend our money, we need to start to check them. And the best way to start is to start making phone calls to your legislators at the federal level. Make them start to the program and make we come together and go to the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations. Make we start to the mount pressure on them so that they will begin to zoom in on these guys. They look into this money, investments, bank accounts, businesses, houses when they buy for year, and let them know say now the money of the citizens nine that they carry come here unjustly take they enrich themselves. Make them begin to look for way within the policies, the American policies, if possible, when they go fit take start to they freeze every one of these accounts, take back all this business so that they could learn lesson. If they not see where they could take the money come wrong hide for here, the money will remain for Nigeria.
You
Not
go
not
learn.
only those when they're America,
Thank you.
those in London, in Europe, in Australia,
Or for
wherever
other
you
countries too,
are,
yes,
do the
especially
same
London and
thing.
America. London
Make
and
una
America
do
are
the same
serious
thing so
pass.
that these
London
people
and
will
America
learn.
serious pass than other
Thank you so
countries.
much, Precious. Yeah.
Thank you. So flagship, try meet me for backyard now. Do me WhatsApp message for
Okay,
backyard so that I go fit
okay,
connect it
I will
with
do so.
that
I
my
will do
sister
so.
Precious.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So that would be about it. Prince Francis, like I would really like, quickly react to all of this very
No,
quickly.
I mean, like when we started, I said to you, I said, Oyemade is talking because every now and then, or to start every Sunday, church members will come drop money, tithe, offering. When he wants to buy a car, it is easy for him to come out and announce to the church, I want to buy this car, this, that. The church members will contribute. But when the church members have problem and they come to him, he will say, let us pray. The rate at which our men of God are holding Nigerians in bondage is annoying. They are the major problem we're having after the politicians. Now, some men of God, they pray for armed robbers, they pray for all these bandits. Now, some religious men, they pray for your politicians where they thief money. So why will he not come out and spew that kind of rubbish? Sometimes when you see people, that's why they say don't judge a monk by the hood. Because if you wear hood, say the monk, inside them, another evil day there. In his mind, now he don't talk.
Okay.
In his mind, he don't talk. Because Nigerians are gullible. Because once you claim to be a man of God, Nigerians go to kneel down, they will follow you. They go hear them. They go hear them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's contributed on the show. Please, if this is your first time of joining us, I beg click on the subscription button, make you subscribe to Inside the Show. Prince Francis Chilaka, thank you so much. I appreciate you big time. Thank you for joining us and always contributing. I appreciate you. And to all of you joining us, please kindly click on the subscription button, like, comment, and possibly share the post. I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow afternoon, God willing. Do enjoy the rest of your the holiday is already over, so enjoy the rest of wishing you a good start, a good start for the working week, right? See you tomorrow.